Oh, okay. Time to answer for my crimes. Well, one of these is going to be painful. Leinster Toulouse. The answer is yes. I think Toulouse is going to win this game. I think it's going to be 26-14. 26-14 to Toulouse. 26-14 to Toulouse. I hope I'm right. Yep, I got that one wrong. Leinster beat Toulouse, and boy did they beat them. I got to start off by saying that Leinster played incredibly well. They were hot. They were going for it. They were clicking, and they took. I think they took the best of the opportunities that were available to them. There was a yellow card in the first half, which against Ramos, which in my opinion definitely a yellow card. Stupid decision. And Leinster did what a lot of sides sometimes struggle to do when they have that one-man advantage, and they took advantage of it. And that really put them with a foothold in the game in the first half. Yellow card wears off. Toulouse start coming back. They're looking dangerous, as I said they would. They look like the comeback is on. But then there's another yellow card for someone coming into a ruck, and the person defending the ruck basically trying to put their head down in defence. And, I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, this is getting to the point for me with these yellow cards and red cards where it's just kind of like, I mean, was that really a card? Don't know. I didn't think it was at all. But I really, I don't want to take anything away from Leinster. They look like a very strong side. Rossburn kept his points. Attacking, he was okay. Sexton not being there wasn't the bigger difference that I thought it would be. So I'll take an L on it. I will say Toulouse were unlucky with the yellow cards. Dupont himself has even said, if you have 40 points scored against you, there's no excuses. So, hey, I'll take the L on it. Probably won't doubt Leinster again. I mean, we'll see in the final who I predict. But, yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next game. La Rochelle, Exeter. Well, I was a bit off with the score, but I don't think I was off with my prediction of how dominant La Rochelle have been. I got to say, early game was really entertaining. Massive back and forth. It was kind of like a rally between two teams. There was a try for Exeter, then a try by La Rochelle. And then Exeter were down back inside the 5 or 10 metre line, and they didn't capitalise on getting a try then, and they didn't capitalise on the opportunities that they had like La Rochelle did with every single opportunity. And I think that was really the difference, La Rochelle have this defensive mode where if you get within 5 metres of their try line, they just have this mode that they turn on where they're willing to take more risks, but they just have this attitude that no one is getting over the line. I'm willing to sometimes be in the wrong position in the ruck and maybe get penalised. I'm willing to just throw my body down, and it's effective. Sometimes, in other games with other referees, maybe that would get penalised for some of the stuff, because it's not, some of the things they do isn't completely technical legal in my opinion. But it works, I think when you're in the last 5 metres, it's probably a good plan to all of a sudden to be make the switch, take more risks, because otherwise we're just going to get ground down and go over the try line. I think that's really, really good. Bottier had the HIA, and that was massive. Well, I thought it would have been massive because he didn't come back on the pitch. But ultimately, Exeter couldn't take advantage of that and the turnover machine that he was. What other notes did I have here? I just felt like Exeter were, this is really in the first half, Exeter were they were inches away from perfection. There was a 50-22 that was inches away from having a bounce, and it just turned into being straight out on the full. There was a knock-on a turnover that ended up the knock-on that they had on a turnover within their own kind of red zone. I guess the refereeing affected this game as well in the yellow card. All the guys in the comms on BT Sport made the same point that I was thinking of at the time, where, you know, Exeter have one penalty that's kind of within their own red zone, which is collapsing them all, and someone gets sent off straight away. And La Rochelle kind of had a similar situation where they gave away multiple penalties. I guess for me, like, I can see either way. I think the main difference really is that the maul was basically like, if it wasn't collapsed, it was going to go over for a try. And so I guess technically that is kind of a yellow card. It's like malicious stop of the attack. Could I guess technically, you know, if they were that close as well, could have called it as a penalty try. So, I mean, yeah, either way. In the end, I think just La Rochelle's quality shone through. They just capitalised on their opportunities, and they were just that little bit more clinical than Exeter were. Yeah, it's my review of the game. So, final thoughts. Thoughts in my head of the final thoughts. We have a final. And my final thoughts on the final. We got La Rochelle versus Leinster. Now, do I want to make the same prediction again that Leinster will lose? I don't know, man. I don't think I want to make a prediction right now. I think this is going to be a very interesting final. I'd like to see the results of Bottier. Him coming back, I think, will make a big difference. I mean, it's a concussion. I don't think the final's next week. I think we've got some time, right? We've got like 2 or 3 weeks, so he should be more than fine. But I want to kind of look at the squads, you know, maybe do a bit more research, just have a look at it, and make a decision then. Yeah, I don't want to. I want to think. I want to let me mull this one over. After taking such a big loss on the Leinster Toulouse game, I don't want to put the Tesco bag of shame straight back on. So yeah, give me a bit of time. I'll make a prediction. Probably, hopefully, one that's a little bit better. But yeah. Anyways, cheers for tuning in as always. I'll catch you guys later.